Alrighty, my name is JD and we are here with Glenn. How do you pronounce your last name, Glenn?
Conant.
Perfect. We have you in the Ferrari Italia today for 7 laps. Now pretty much same procedures as in the other cars that you've driven. The mirrors still set up for me, just keep the eyes up, just look far ahead. Passing procedures are going to be the same. If we come up behind another car, wait till they throw those 4-way flashers on and then I'll let you know where to pass, which side to go by. Car is very responsive, very quick as well. It turns in very quickly, so smooth on that steering wheel, no sudden movements. Same thing with the throttle pedal, because it's so responsive, we just want to be very smooth on the throttle. Other than that, the brake in this car is a little on the soft side. It's kind of got a long throw, so be nice and firm on the brakes. Really focus on slowing the car down before you turn in. As you start your turn in, slowly release the brakes and then just wait for that apex to start squeezing the throttle. Like you said, just remember, use all the track, make good use of all the track that we have out there, carry as much speed as possible, but be smooth. The paddle shifters, pretty much the same. Right is upshift, left is downshift. They are stationary, nice and big, easy to get a hold of though. Please just wait for me. I'll say upshifts, I'll say downshift. Any questions?
I don't think we're good to go.
Alrighty, if I could have you push down on the brake and then just hold that engine start button up there for me. Car will start up. Perfect. And then if I could have you turn the wheel to the left, 1 full turn. Perfect. Foot on the brake and then upshift once. That'll put us in first gear. Whenever you're ready, we're going to pull straight forward, then out to the left. We're just going to follow this around. No cars are coming. You're all cleared. Little throttle to move the car over the stop.
Still got a little, okay.
There you go. Follow this out left, next to the blue cones. And track is cleared. Straight on out, gentle on that throttle. Upshift once. Upshift once more. And straight line to the green turn-in cone up there. Then we're going to turn into the apex on the inside. Start squeezing the throttle to the exit cone, down the straightaway as fast as you would like. Upshift. Upshift. At the orange cones, we're going to brake, downshift once. Past the green cone, releasing the brakes down to the apex. Squeezing the throttle, unwind all the way out to your exit cone. Brake in a straight line, slowly releasing the brakes down to the apex here. Start squeezing the throttle back to the right over the hill. Just tap the brake, then turn in. Start squeezing the throttle, work your way back to the left of the track. Little brake to the green cone, releasing the brakes, carrying the speed down to the apex. Squeezing that throttle back to the right hand side of the racetrack. Tap on the brake, turn in, and squeeze throttle, straight line. Little brake to balance, release the brakes around to the apex. Start squeezing that throttle down the straightaway, go for it, keep left. Upshift, keep squeezing all the way down. Brake firm, downshift once, release the brakes down to the apex, carrying the speed. Squeeze the throttle, use all the track. Keep squeezing, stay left. Brake, downshift once. Turn into the apex. Little bit of throttle, start squeezing the throttle back to the right. Little tap on the brake, then start your turn in. Squeeze that throttle, work your way back left. Just a little bit of brake. Scan those eyes across, turn in towards that apex. Little bit of throttle. Squeeze that throttle now. Keep squeezing. Upshift. Tap the brake, turn in, and squeeze throttle, straight line. Little brake, downshift once, release the brake, carry the speed. Down the straightaway, go for it, unwind. Upshift. Upshift. Good. Brake firm, downshift once. Slowly release the brake, carry the speed to the apex. Squeeze the throttle, unwind, keep squeezing. Very good. Brake firm, down one, turn in, release the brakes. Try turning in a little sooner there. Back to the right. throttle now. Back left. Wait for the green cone, release the brakes. Now they're pulling off track, run your normal line. Start squeezing that throttle. Go for it, keep squeezing. Upshift. Tap the brake, turn in, back on throttle, straight line. Little brake, downshift once. We have the 488 behind us. Just stay to the inside, wait on throttle. They're gonna pass left, and you're cleared. Go for it, back to the left, upshift. Upshift, brake firm, downshift once, turn in, release the brake, down to the apex, squeeze the throttle, use all the track, keep squeezing, very nice, brake, downshift once, releasing the brake, turn in, next to the apex, and back on throttle, back to the right, starting your turn in, carrying the speed, squeezing the throttle through here, little bit more, keep squeezing, wait for the green cone, release the brakes. Just want to carry the speed through the turn, squeeze the throttle, back to the right, upshift, start your turn in, straight to the green cone, little bit of throttle, downshift once, release the brake, there you go, squeeze the throttle, go for it, upshift, upshift, how we doing? Good, nice, brake firm, down one, release the brake to your apex, start squeezing that throttle now, go for it, unwind, the drift car is behind us, stay left, we're gonna let him pass real quick, downshift once, perfect, release the brake, start your turn in, squeeze that throttle straight over the hill, turn in, carry the speed, and squeeze that throttle now, keep squeezing, little bit more, wait for the green cone, release the brake, we're gonna let one Lamborghini Huracan sneak by, they're gonna pass by on the left, a little bit of throttle, as soon as they go by, we'll pick you back up, and you're cleared, start your turn in, straight to that green cone, little bit of throttle through here, maintain the pace, round to the apex, and squeeze that throttle, go for it, down the straightaway, upshift, upshift, keep squeezing, there you go, brake, down one, release the brake, carry that speed, down to the apex here, back on throttle, unwind, keep squeezing, good, brake, downshift once, release the brake to your apex, carry your speed, squeeze that throttle, back to the right, little more, start your turn in, release the brake, and squeeze throttle, little more, keep squeezing, wait for the green cone, release the brake, carry your speed, little bit of throttle, at the apex, squeeze the throttle, keep squeezing, back to the right, upshift, tap the brake, turn in, back on throttle, there you go, just downshift once, release the brake, squeeze the throttle, unwind, go for it, upshift, upshift, just keep those eyes up, looking good, brake down one, releasing the brakes, carrying the speed, squeeze the throttle, unwind, keep squeezing, good, downshift once, turn in, release the brake, little bit of throttle, squeeze throttle over the hill, start your turn in, release the brake, squeeze that throttle through here, keep squeezing, they're pulling off track, don't follow them, release the brake, normal line to your apex here, little throttle next to the apex, squeeze throttle, good, upshift, tap the brake, turn in, back on throttle, go for it, little brake, downshift, release the brake, next to the apex, scan those eyes, down the straightaway, go for it, very nice, upshift, keep it up, brake, pass the green cone, release the brakes now, down to the apex, and back on throttle, good, unwind, go for it, keep squeezing, brake, downshift once, turn in, release the brake, good, nice line through here, the left, keep squeezing. Alrighty, that was our 7 laps, sir. We're gonna go ahead and pull in through the yellow cones. Follow this in. How was it?
That felt really good.
Good. Tight left.
That feels really good.
Good to be back in the Italia?
Yes.
Perfect. Follow this all the way back around to the very first row. Very nice driving as well.
Thank you. I really like this car. I actually think this feels better, more stable than the Huracan.
Yeah, I like the way this car drives more than the Huracan
feels
does.
good. We're going to the far aisle, right?
Yep, you got it. And then we'll go all the way down. We're going to park next to the 488 at the end, pit number 2.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I like how responsive this car is. The back of the car seems to be a little more planted than the back of the Huracan. Around to the right.
For being rear-wheel drive,
Take it right.
really just...
Stop right there, turn the steering wheel all the way right for me, pull back on both paddles, and release the brake. Very cool. Now, you said you're just driving the 488 next, right?
Yep. Oh, it's still...
You're fine. Let the car roll forward a little bit here. It should roll into a stop. Other than that, there it is.
Okay.
Now, the brake in the new 488 is a little softer than the brake in this car. Overall, your brake pressure is really good. You're really getting the car slowed down, so that's awesome. Just keep that same brake pressure for the 488 because the pedal will feel softer. It's almost spongier.
More travel?
Yeah, more travel.
Okay.
Now, the suspension in this car is a little bit stiffer. The car is still a little bit more responsive than the new 488 is. They kind of made the suspension a little softer. That being said, you can still really carry the speed through the turns. It's a very well balanced car. It just doesn't necessarily feel like you're going as fast, even though you have 2 twin turbos. The car just absolutely flies. So just be smooth. You're looking really good. The line's looking good. Any questions?
Yeah, so on,
Yes.
on some of the new cars, well, they have dampers. Can you explain that mechanically? I mean, is that an electronic thing, or is that hydraulics, or is it a mix of both?
It's a little bit above my realm of knowledge. I'm more so a driver than necessarily a mechanic. Now, the dampers in the suspension, though, the car really isn't gonna, bottom out. The car with the suspension in the cars is very well. The modern suspension really, especially in the Italias and in the Ferraris, they really help keep the car balanced. That car is gonna lean a little bit more, like I said, because they softened it. You're gonna feel a little bit more suspension lean. Just especially going up over that hill there, you kind of feel the car actually take a squat. You're gonna feel it sit down. But other
that
than
does feel
that,
uncomfortable on that. When you go
it's
over
a
that
little
ride,
different.
and you're
Yeah,
saying accelerate. I'm like going, I don't really want to accelerate here.
and you're gonna feel more of that body roll over the hill. But don't be afraid. Just use all the track. Just give it a little bit of throttle going up over the hill, and it really help keep the car nice and balanced, nice and stable.
Okay.
Any other questions?
What mode do you have? You're in sport mode. Okay,
Yeah, we're in sport mode. I think you're going to be in sport as well in the 488 there, which it's not too intrusive. These cars, the Ferraris, actually have a slip angle set to them, so the traction control will start letting the car do a little bit of sliding around before the traction control actually gets too intrusive. Same thing in that 488. You're going to want to get that one straightened out a little bit sooner. It's a little bit more intrusive because the car has a little bit more body roll. It does let the slip angle on the car is a little bit looser in that car, but it doesn't allow you to get back on throttle as hard as quick because the twin turbos spool up and then the thing just flies.
So fast,
exactly. So you're gonna feel a little more lag, but not too much. It's still really controlled. It's still gonna let you use that throttle through the turns, but it won't let everything get too out of control.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Great.
Well, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Really hope you enjoyed it. I will stop the video and we'll get you in that 488.
Great, thank you much.
Perfect.